Welcome everyone. A very warm welcome on behalf of Knowlathon. The team is very thankful for everybody sharing their time today. Uh, I have my entire team here. Mahesh sir, thank you for your time, and our entire team is here. So now I hand it over to you guys. Let us start with a quick introduction about Mahesh sir. I think Rashmi, you will be doing that. Mahesh sir, meanwhile, if you could share your screen and turn on camera, we could get started formally. Thank you everyone for joining again. And hopefully this webinar will add some value to your discussions, to your knowledge as of now. Rashmi, welcome to the panel and you can take it ahead.
Yes.
Thank you. Thanks for joining, Rashmi.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Kapil. So I'm pretty sure everybody is getting audible properly. Sapna, please confirm it. Okay. So yeah, hi, hello everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning based on your local time. So welcome to our professional Scrum Master webinar. I want to thank you each and everyone for us joining today. So we truly appreciate your time and showing the interest in our webinar. So thank you so much everyone for joining us today. I can see that around 20 plus people participant have joined at, and we are expected to join a more participant. But let's start due to some time limitations. So let me quickly introduce myself. My name is Rashmi Bondre from Knowlathon as a business development manager. So now we have our industry expert trainer, Mr. Mahesh Deosthale. So Mr. Mahesh has around the 26 years of the experience in IT. We can just say the IT industry experience across the banking, finance, and the insurance segments, specializing in IT project management and the software quality consulting for the large multinational clients. Then the Mahesh, he is a set qualified for the assistant professor for the Maharashtra state. Then the dual MBA with the banking and the project management as a specialization he has done. The Mr. Mahesh is a accredited trainer for the Prince 2 certification from the Axilos, which is the UK based, and he has more than around the thousands hours of the training, uh, the thousands of the teaching and the training experience. He has the travel to and work for the clients from the USA, UK, then the Singapore, Malaysia, KSA on varied other IT strategies, consulting and delivery the management assignments. Mr. Mahesh has delivered the corporate training for the organizations like the Voltas, then the Cropton, then Grips, Cropton gives Complink systems and the NIIT, the covering the wider range of the participants from the senior executives, managerial level to the to children of the employees. Mr. Mahesh, he is a certified in a Prince 2 practitioner as a trainer, and then the GDPR DPO, then the Scrum Master, the Safe 5 POPM, then the Safe APM, the ISTQB Dual MBA, and the PGDBA. So this is all about our trainer. So I'm going to share control to the Mahesh sir. So please continue with the session. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Rashmi, and I'm sure everybody is frightened by now what this guy is going to do. But anyway, thanks for a quick, good introduction, and welcome everyone. We'll start uh, with our contents right here. So you heard about me, and you can see me also. So uh, we will be talking about a Scrum Master, in particular, a role, a designation, which is now nowadays it's very popular. It's very in thing in the IT industry. Uh, so we'll be looking at the different aspects of this whole designation or the role of a Scrum Master. Where does it fit into the organizational structure? Why do we need this particular role? How did this role came into existence? What are the skills? What is the education qualification that I need? How would my career growth will be? What kind of certifications I can take? And any other questions that you may have. Uh, why I can talk about this? I have played this role. I am certified, and uh, I have played this role in different environments, right? From a very small team of 5 people to a very large organization with 120 people who organization who was like which was running in a complete safe model. So I think more than uh, more than the contents or what I would like to do here is share my experiences as we navigate through these slides and talk about what I have seen about this role, what I have experienced about this role, and uh, how will this be or could be your career path as well. Correct. Uh, so so before we begin, if anybody has any specific expectation in addition to this agenda, uh, just please raise hand, or you may just type it in the chat box or question answer. I'll pause for a moment. Okay, Rashmi, just help me if there is any message in the chat box or Q&A. As I'm sharing, I'm not able to
Yes.
see that. Yeah. So could you please help me with the question?
Yes, yes. Wait.
Yeah. Thank you.
No, sir, there is no
No
any
question.
question.
Okay.
Yeah, we can
Fantastic.
start it.
Fantastic.
Hmm.
So first of all, let's see where does this role of Scrum Master sits into the organizational context. So what you can see on your screen is a typical project organization wherein the business users uh, will share the business requirements, and this being an agile environment. Uh, there will be a product owner and a scrum master sitting at the same level. Scrum master will have more intense handshakes with PMO. So PMO will be giving the process guidelines and support to Scrum Master. Scrum Master will be driving the implementation of these processes. Scrum Master will ensure the adherence to these processes at the organizational level, and then the Scrum Master will also be reporting back, or whatever the monitoring tracking on the process side this role does it, they will be reporting it back to the PMO. Now, on the equal lines sits a product owner, and a little bit ahead, we will talk about the specific difference between these two roles also. We'll just quickly touch upon that. But then the product owner is more closely associated or works with the business users, the business representatives. They get the business requirements, what the end user, what the client wants, and accordingly they will create the product architecture or the product backlogs, as what we call it in the agile terms, right? And then there will be the development, QA, and any other, say, functional resources. So it could be the DBA, it could be the architects, it could be, say, UI experts, UX experts, or even it could be the support teams like my finance or my admin teams as well. Correct. So this is where the Scrum Master sits in. Now, before we move next, a quick context, a quick background. See, the Scrum Master role is something that you will find in the agile organizations. Correct. Agile, again, being very specific to IT word, this entire role, its responsibilities, everything is more specific to IT. But being an agile environment based role, if you see the title itself, the name of the role itself says Scrum Master, and it doesn't say it is a project manager or a resource manager or a budget manager. So there is no management or manager word here, it is the Scrum Master. So just note this difference. There is a very specific context or a background or an you know justification why the title is specifically said as Scrum Master and not any kind of a manager. So as we proceed, I'll be elaborating this a bit more. Right now, just probably make a note of this. Okay. All right. So why do we need this Scrum Master? The the first is very obvious, to guide the Scrum teams. So the way any agile project will be, agile Scrum methodology following project will be structured is it will have one or more Scrum teams. Now, typically a guideline is one Scrum team will have anywhere between 6 to 10 team members. If you are going to have more than 10 team members, it is advised to have another Scrum team. Now, these teams will be self-sufficient. They will have all the different roles like a developer, a QA, an architect, a business analyst, whatever is required, whatever are the skill sets, those are required for your project to succeed and for your teams to be able to deliver independently. All those roles will be part of this Scrum team. And then the Scrum Master will be sitting there to guide these Scrum teams. Again, the word use is guidance. In the next point, if you see, the word use is facilitator, but there is no manager word used here. And that's precisely the Scrum Master what they will be doing. They will be guiding the team in case of any conflicts, in case of any issues. The Scrum Master will give a guidance to the team members on how to resolve it. They will facilitate all the agile ceremonies. So there are so many agile ceremonies, right from daily stand up and then sprint plannings, retrospections. There are so many. So the Scrum Master will be facilitating these ceremonies. They will coordinate, they will arrange for it, and the entire aspect of the facilitation will be done by the Scrum Master. They will not be participating in the design solutions or delivery solutions themselves, but they will be the facilitators. As I said, they will be the eliminator of any impediments, any challenges, any roadblocks for the Scrum team. And there could be many of it, like capacity availability. So there might be less capacity available. Then the Scrum Master will step in, and then they will guide how can the deliveries be managed within the given capacity. How can the requirements be reprioritized or get it reprioritized from the product owner. So any kind of a challenge or a hurdle faced by the Scrum team, and Scrum Master will be there to resolve it, to take the team through, right? So conflict resolution. Now, another aspect or another perspective of this Scrum Master role is to increase the efficiencies, to increase the productivities. That will be one of the focus areas or the key result areas for the Scrum Master. How can you increase the efficiencies of the teams? Be it better documentation, be it bringing the better processes in place, be it bringing the collaboration with the other teams in place. So whatever the different ways and means, those would suit to the project environment, to the business requirements, the Scrum Master will bring it, and they will always be looking for increasing the efficiencies of the teams. They would also be working on keeping the teams stable. Now, keep teams stable is one of the agile principles, correct? And that is what exactly the Scrum Master will try to implement, will try to roll out on the ground. Uh, any any conflicts, any challenges within the team members, because see, these team members, they come with different skill sets, and definitely there could be challenges, there could be conflicts within these team members also, in terms of the priorities, in terms of how the work gets planned. So any of this, they will reach out to the Scrum Master for the resolution. And Scrum Master will try to see or will try to ensure that these team members, they work together for longer durations, for longer period of time. Correct? Uh, they will make and they will keep the teams empowered. For example, the estimations will be driven from the ground. The team members will do the estimation. Now, those who have a little background about Agile, they would know the terms like t-shirt sizing estimation or Fibonacci series based estimation. So Scrum Master will ensure that every team member understands these different techniques, and then uh, you know they will get the estimations from the teams, and Scrum Master will ensure that within the practical range, these estimations will be respected by all the other stakeholders within the organization. Right? Any decisions about what to change, what to be completed in a particular sprint or in a particular release, all these aspects, Scrum Master will be taking it from the team, and then they will, or the Scrum Master will ensure that this gets respected, this gets accepted within the reasonable and the practical constraints or the limits or the boundaries by the other stakeholders. Scrum Master will also be liaising between the business, product owner, and team members. So in earlier slide you saw, right, the business requirements, they come from the business representatives or the business users, and then the product owner will be defining the product backlogs. Now, take an example. If there is a sprint and something needs to be delivered, some user stories needs to be delivered in that sprint. But due to some constraints which actually could not be eliminated, but were controlled, but still some part of the requirement is getting as a spillover. Then the Scrum Master will liaise between the with the product owner, if required. Scrum Master will liaise with the business also, and they will be or this role will be helping to define this spillover and when that will be delivered, and then what goes as a working product or working deliverable through this sprint is something that the Scrum Master will take care of. Right. And of course, the Scrum Master, even though not participating directly into any technical solutions, designs, or deliverables, but they will still be sharing the responsibility of the uh, quality of the product which gets delivered along with the other stakeholders. Right? So these are all the reasons why we need a Scrum Master. And if I have to summarize, I will say the Scrum Master is a uh, bridge between the business, the product owners, and the teams on the ground who will be delivering, and they will be ensuring the smooth deliveries. Right. Uh, if you if you are planning to be a Scrum Master, uh, these are a few of the skills that are very much required. First is you should be a servant leader. Right. What do you mean by a servant leader? It will be a leader who will act to support the team members, to support, to drive the practical, rational, justifiable, feasible decisions. It is not going to be the way of the working wherein the Scrum Master says something and the rest of the team follows. It will be a very collaborative way. uh, it will be uh, it will be the way wherein the Scrum Master will empower the team to take the decisions in terms of the scope, in terms of estimations, in terms of overall deliveries or quality of the deliverables. So you must understand what the leadership is and be ready for it. Every individual comes with their own leadership style. There are 6 to 8 widely defined leadership styles. across the industry, and servant leadership is one of them. Now, even though your leadership style could be something different, to be in this role or to play this role, you will be required to adopt or be very well in this leadership style. You should be able to adapt the change very easily. You should be able to accept the change easily. Now, any change, and in any terms, it could be a product related change, it could be an environment related change. So even for that matter, now many organizations are shifting back to work from office mode. So return to office kind of thing. So a Scrum Master, while being aligned with the organizational strategies or the goals or the purposes, they need to accept this change and they need to support, facilitate the teams to accept any of these kind of changes also. It could be a product, as I said, it could be a product related change. Some scope is changing, some additional features are to be delivered. So the Scrum Master, first of all, as a role, as an individual, should be able to accept, understand and accept this change, and then find the ways. So if you see the second last item is the critical thinking to solve the problems, to solve the issues. Because whenever we talk about a change, there will be some challenges, there will be some issues. So the Scrum Master should be able to think critically and be a very assertive person, uh, try to resolve the problems and create the win-win situations by accepting whatever it is required. At the same time, Scrum Master needs to be a very good risk manager also. The person is expected to foresee the risks well ahead of the time. Risks could be again in the different areas. It could be resourcing risk. It could be the skills and the knowledge of the team members risk. It could be any other environmental issues which may crop up. And the Scrum Master should be able to foresee the risk, assess the risk, come up with the mitigation plan, work it out with the other stakeholders like the product owner, business users, maybe the development teams, the testing teams, all the stakeholders of the project, whoever is involved or relevant to that particular risk. Scrum Master, of course, this is a very agile methodology specific role, agile environment specific role that is applicable for the software development projects. So they should have some background in software development, very well understanding of the software development lifecycle, the agile model, how it works. They should have a good understanding of the skills in these areas. Uh, as you grow in the ladder, as you grow in the experience, it is the project management or the agile management uh, overall expertise and the tools driven or the automation of your processes is also something what is a Scrum Master need to have. So maybe a Scrum Master may not sit and do the coding or the automation, process automation, or for the product, any kind of automation. This particular role may not be doing it, but they need to have a very good understanding of how the automation can enhance the efficiencies or bring the good productivity, increase the velocity of the deliveries. So they should have these expertise as well. Now, again, mark a word here. It is the people development and collaboration. It is not people management. Okay, so Scrum Master will never manage people, but they will ensure that with their actions, with the decisions that they are driving, with the kind of the approach they are taking for the problem solving, they will always ensure that the team members as individuals will have some skill development. Correct? And they will be working, the teams will be working in the collaboration also. And then critical thinking for problem solving, and then the assertive is some it is defined as a way wherein we create win-win situation, especially in a conflict period, or if there is a conflict, then assertive communication is going to be the key that Scrum Master can use it. These are a few of the skills that we require to be the Scrum Master. And I'll just take a pause for the moment. Again, if any questions, queries so far, feel free to put it in the chat box or question answer. Raise your hand and Rashmi will help me to answer those.
Sir, we have got a couple of questions in the chat
Yes,
box.
please.
Yes,
Yes.
we
Okay.
have two questions.
Mm-hmm.
So one is from the Jennifer. So she
Mm-hmm.
asked like interview mode of questions, challenges faced in the project, and what innovatively you do as a Scrum Master. So this is a question from Jennifer.
Okay, Jennifer, I would like to share my experience and wherein I was part of, as I said, 120 people team, wherein we had around 14 Scrum teams, correct? And we used to have all these ceremonies, and then there was a PI planning happening, uh, and as you said, innovation, correct? So in the role of a Scrum Master as an individual is not expected to come up with the innovation ideas. In fact, it is the other way around. So as we saw, uh, make and keep self-sufficient and empowered teams is one of the reasons why we need this. So it is the role of the Scrum Master that needs to empower or uh, give that confidence to the teams working on the ground so that they can come up with the innovation ideas. Definitely one person or maybe two, three, four Scrum Masters within the project, they will not be able to bring it, but they will have to create an environment which is uh, which is so collaborative, which is so of which is built on the trust. So they will have to create that kind of environment to drive any innovation. Correct. And as I was saying about my project experience, we did multiple things. The team used to come up with the ideas. So, for example, we actually draw the process automation. So we were using Jira and Confluence as our tools. And the team on the ground, they come up with some automation ideas where the data used to flow from one tool to another, and then real-time updates were made possible for the senior level management also. So this kind of one of the automation process automation initiative happened, and there were some around the product. So the product was for a banking client, and there were few things in the product which were uh, modified, or I would say not modified is not a very appropriate word. I would say those features were enhanced or by the team member. So how did they do it during different ceremonies or the meetings? The team members used to come up with the idea: can we do it this way? Can this be can this feature be thought in a particular way, even the technology wise or the user experience wise? And then we used to take it back to the product owner. The product owner used to do the feasibility analysis, if required, take it back to the business users, and we actually have implemented. I have seen those kind of continuous improvement initiatives being executed over a longer period of time. Right. I hope I answered. Rashmi, what's the next one?
Yes. The next we got the we have this one question from the Mohammed Imran. He asked, just hold on. Yes, he asked after the 5 to 10 years where we can see the this Scrum Master profile, and is it AI take this kind of jobs?
Okay, so after 5 or 10 years, where do we see this kind of role? Uh, in my experience, in my understanding, in my knowledge, this role will still be there. There are two reasons for this role to still be there. One is the role itself has a growth path. So yes, people who would like to get into this kind of a role, they have the growth path as what you can see on the screen. And every team, um, you know, literally needs this role. So this role, in other terms, general terms, if I want to say, then this role is a pacifier. Correct. This role is kind of a bridge between different people, different skill sets. This role is somebody like a coach to the people, right? And coach in not in only terms of the agile processes, but the coach for the people actually, right? So this role still will be there. Now, coming to the second part, whether AI, whether and how the AI will impact this, I would say very minimal impact, because this role is completely based on the people needs. It revolves around people. See, if I go back to the Agile manifesto or Agile values, uh, it is it is completely weaved around or thought around the people value. Correct. And this role is one of the drivers or one of the ambassadors of the entire agile. So as long as we are following agile methodologies, this role will be there. This is a much sought after role, and no AI can replace this role. Probably what AI can replace from this role is reporting part. Yes, that is okay. Can be automated. AI can do that. AI can send the reports from the data which is being generated from some different tools. That is okay. May happen. But what about this people aspects? What about problem solving? What about conflict management? What about people development? Of course, this is my personal opinion, but based on my experience and my knowledge, my awareness, no AI can replace these people aspects, even though they can replace the process part of it or the data part of it. So this will still be there. So as a Scrum Master, uh, you can get into the senior Scrum Master, or for the larger teams, and as per the SAFe model, there is a concept of Scrum of Scrums, and then there will be some senior Scrum Masters also. You can move into the product owner direction as well, which then will be a bit different than the Scrum Master role. The skill set required, the deliverables, the expectations will change. But yes, if you have played the role of a Scrum Master, you can move after a few years into the product owner role, or the Scrum Master can become the Agile coach. Correct. And then uh, project or program manager, and then products. See, because again, if you may have a question that why there is a program or project manager role, you know, in the career path of a Scrum Master, because what happens is Scrum Master is a role which is defined for the agile Scrum teams. So it is very much leveled at the team delivering team. But when you grow in your corporate life, when you grow in your experience, when you grow in your expertise, you can take up a little wider role, which is about the entire project or program management. So you can even move towards that aspect of the career as well. Correct? Or you can become the product manager from the product owner. So the product manager will be managing multiple products at the same time, whereas the product owner will have one or maximum like two. So generally, the matured agile organizations will not give the ownership of multiple products to an individual, right? Or you can become the transformation leader as well. Great. So I hope that was a question at the right time for the slide. So I'm just
Yes, yes.
yeah.
I
Is
think
there
we
Yes.
can take further questions towards the end.
right? Sure.
Yes,
Right. So
we
what are the
have more couple of questions as well, so we can just
I
take
will
it.
take it. I'll just browse through the slides, and then we'll go for the question answers in next
Yes,
couple of
yes,
minutes. Yeah. Okay.
yes. We have a separate
Uh,
section as well for
correct.
this.
Right. So what is the educational requirement? Any formal? So there is no strict educational requirement. It's not mandatory that you should be MBA with HR or computer engineer. No such very strict educational requirement. But of course, uh, it is better, or your chances will improve of being successful if you have any formal education in IT or business administration related field. Correct. Then more than this formal education, what is required is the softer side, the soft skill side. So you need to be an excellent communicator. You should be able to listen more. You should be very good in your verbal written communication. You should be able to think critically and have that problem solving attitude. You should have the aptitude of collaborative working, and you should be people focused and always thinking about how can I contribute in the development of my team, their technical skills, their non-technical skills, managerial skills, soft skills, overall career prospects. How can I contribute? How can I empower them? How can I support them in their growth? So that is one of the uh, very sought after skill or prerequisite from this Scrum Master role. There are many formal certifications available for the Scrum Master. Uh, these are the 5 very well-known certifying bodies: Scrum Alliance, then Scrum.org, PMI, Scaled Agile, and Scrum Institute. And these numbers, they are interesting numbers. This is a data which was searched in the year 21 and 2022. From these 3 different, I would say, job portals, and these certifications were the most sought after by the employers. So the way we read this is like 2071 uh, job postings were from the different employers were seeking the professional Scrum Master certification for the candidates that they were looking forward to. Correct. Uh, so these are the certifications, and these are the certification providing bodies, very well popular. Uh, right. Okay, so of course, Knowlathon delivers Scrum Master training and certification in online instructor-led training mode. Every weekend there are batches, and there are many accredited and experienced instructors here. So if you have anything about this training or certification related query, please get in touch with Rashmi or these coordinators from Knowlathon. Okay. Okay, right. So I'll stop my sharing uh, and we will get into question answer mode. So yes, I'm happy to take your questions. Uh,
Yes, Mahesh sir.
yes, Rashmi, I can see the chat box now. I will start just
Okay,
browsing through that. Yeah.
great.
Okay. Uh, right. So the first one we answered after 5 to 10 years, where we can be, that I answered. I have 4 years of experience in real estate sales, and I'm willing to transition my career from sales to Scrum Masters. Okay. Real estate sales. So does your job profile, Akanksha, anyway relates to IT? If yes, then yes, it's a good idea to get Scrum Master certified. That will help you directly in your role. Even though it is not, I would say still you can go ahead and pursue this certification, because be it Scrum Master or be it overall Agile, uh, though Agile came from or for the software projects, it has got so many different ways of working or the practices. Like I mentioned, daily Scrum meetings or retrospections or the kind of the PI planning. There are so many different ways and practices which Agile defines, and those can be adopted or implemented in any project, irrespective of whether this is IT or non-IT. Of course, the returns may change, but then still those are fantastic practices. So having the knowledge in Agile and Scrum Master, having the certification will definitely help you in one or the other way. Okay. Amit is asking, I'm working as a project delivery manager in a service-based organization. I already completed Scrum Master certificate and want to know the career prospects. So, Amit, as you saw, you can be the product owner, you can be the senior Scrum Master, or you can go into the Agile coaching. If you want to go into Agile coaching, there is a separate certification for Agile coach. If you want to get into the product owner line, then again there is a separate certification for it. And if you want to get into the senior Scrum manager and then move into the project program management, then again there are different certifications which will actually help you gain the formal knowledge. And then it is you are the best judge to decide how to apply that in your working environment. But yes, these certifications, they will give you the very formal knowledge, and it will make you easier to change this line or grow. uh See, okay, delivery manager, project manager, and scrum master. So maybe let me just quickly bring two slides. I'll not take more time there, but let me just bring quickly two slides. Sorry, and I prepared those late, so that those are not part of the current version. But let's quickly take a look at it. So Scrum Master versus Product Owner. So Scrum Master will facilitate and coach, whereas the Product Owner will represent the customer interest. Okay. Scrum Master will ensure the Scrum principles are followed, whereas the Product Owner will define what are the needs of the customer and what needs to be the product features to satisfy those needs. Scrum Master will drive the team in the servant leadership style. Product owner will ensure right product by prioritization. And Scrum Master will hold Scrum team accountable for quality deliverables, whereas the product owner, they are responsible for maximizing value of deliverables. Uh, Equally, there are some things common and some differences between a Scrum Master and a project manager. So Scrum Master, as we heard, it's an exclusive to the Scrum team or the Scrum Agile project. Whereas the project manager can be for waterfall or for Agile project any which ways. Correct. Scrum Master is more of a facilitator, whereas the project manager is more responsible towards the project execution. The Scrum Master ensures Scrum principles are followed well, whereas the project manager oversees the entire project for the process adherence. It is a servant leader. It is a goal-focused executor role. Right? Now, why I brought these two things is to answer your further question, Amit. So just give me a moment. I'm going back. So if you are if you're working for a service-based organization and if you're playing the role of a project delivery manager, I think a formal education in the Agile and Scrum and a certification will make you ready because you have been doing many things on the ground already in your role as a project delivery manager. Correct. It's only that you need a formal education and then you will be able to take up Scrum Master as a formal role and build that experience. Okay. Packages, yes. See, about packages, it's a very wide open question. It depends on what company, which geography, when do you join, how much you can negotiate. So, but yes, Scrum Masters definitely do get quite well packages in the IT industry. Right? Okay, then what is the deliverables roles of a Scrum Master? Okay. So Scrum Master will not be, or the performance of the Scrum Master will not be measured in a typical deliverable way. Because their deliverables, if I have to say, then it will be like how long you were able to keep your teams stable, no attrition. You did not ask for 2, 3, 5 more people suddenly. So how long you were able to manage with the stable teams, how much efficiency you were able to drive. So, for example, if earlier the team was able to deliver, say, 2 stories in a sprint, then you have moved to from two to you have moved to 4. So you actually doubled the productivity. So these will be the kind of the areas or the performance matrices for the Scrum Master against the typical deliverables of any developer or a QA person. Okay. So Amit, next question you're asking is Scrum Master role accepted outside software development? Recently, I have seen one insurance company, India-based large insurance company. Uh, so what they are doing is uh, they haven't created a Scrum Master role outside their IT department, but for their non-IT related work, they are accepting the agile ways of working. Not all, but agile ways of working. Correct. So yes, industry is moving towards it, but it will take some time and it will take some uh, updates in the overall Scrum. So yes, definitely it will take some time for this Scrum Master role or the overall Agile to be acceptable or largely accepted outside the software industry. Right? Thanks, Mohammed. Can you please repeat the answer? I had lost the connection. Amit, sorry, which question? Or we'll come back there. There are a couple of more questions. So let me take those and then we'll come back to you, Amit. Difference between Scrum Master, Project Manager, fantastic. I think I spoke about that, Prakash. Roles of Scrum Master in grooming, meeting, review meeting, refinement meeting, be it any meeting, be it any cadence, the Scrum Master is the facilitator, is is going to be the responsible person to drive those meetings. Okay, to drive those meetings and to ensure that the action items are getting implemented. See, Scrum Master may not be business skilled or technically skilled, but they are the facilitators. They are the impediments eliminators. So that's the role of a Scrum Master in any of and all of these meetings. Day-to-day responsibility of a Scrum Master. First of all, again, see to it that your team is well aligned. They are on the same page. They are looking at the same goal. Correct. That is what for every day Scrum Master needs to ensure that this is happening. The team is looking at the same goal, and it should be very well defined. The Scrum Master, so in that daily stand up, which is typically is done for 15 minutes. So the Scrum Master, generally asks two things. One is, what did you do yesterday, and what are you going? Three things, sorry. So what did you do yesterday? What are you going to do today? And if there are any challenges that I can help remove. So these are the three questions the Scrum Master will ask every team member and expect the answers from. And then for the rest of the day, the Scrum Master will ensure any and all those impediments, challenges will be removed. The way will be find out with the respective stakeholders, and uh, you know uh, when the day ends, the team would have achieved, or when the sprint ends, the team would have achieved whatever the goal was set for the sprint. That's that's the responsibilities of the Scrum Master. All right. Thank you, Amit. Thank you, Jennifer. Good. Any more questions? In IT industry presently, this is a very, very important role. Uh, Difference between safe and Scrum. Is it all events are same? No, 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 no. There is a huge difference between safe and Scrum. See, by definition, the Scrum says don't have the team more than 10 members. Correct? Now, if I consider this definition and imagine the large IT organizations or large organizations who have got hundreds of people in their IT departments, correct? How will they be able to function by only following Scrum? It will be very difficult. For a small startup or an individual team, following the Scrum 100% is comparatively easy, but for not the large organizations. And considering this, the safe happen. Safe itself, what is a safe? It is a scaled agile framework. Scaled up. It is a scaled up agile framework. So agile, initially when it came, and by its nature, agile talks about the small teams, small deliverables, frequent deliverables, incremental deliverables. But whenever there are larger teams, it is It is the safe which comes into picture. Correct. So there are, see, there of course there are commonalities in terms of some events, cadences, etc. But then safe has got additional responsibilities for every role under the model. They have got multiple handshakes. Even safe has got a concept of scrum of scrums, PI plannings, etc. And it is very strictly followed. Right. So no, they are not the same. And if you want to get into the safe environment, it is better you understand, you learn the safe environment very clearly and explicitly. Right. Supporting tools which we need to learn as a Scrum Master. Uh, many a times, or rather I would say more than 85-90% of the times I have seen organizations go with Jira Confluence kind of combination, or they go with Azure, complete the ADO suite. Uh, so those are the two large scale population tools, large scale team tools. But then there are so many small size tools also, like Asana, Trello. Uh, there are many. So it depends on organization's strategy or perspective. You know when and which tool to be used. When should a Scrum Master not act as a facilitator? Mm, Not act as a facilitator, I don't think there is any such point in time, because that's that's the basic of a Scrum Master role existence. So they will always be the facilitators. They will never be the decision makers. Scrum Master will never prioritize or deprioritize the items in the backlog or sprint log. The decision will be taken by somebody else. The Scrum Master will not dictate the estimates on the team. The Scrum Master will facilitate the team to come up with the uh, no. So the answer is simple. No, Scrum Master is meant to be the facilitator. And if Scrum Master is taking the decisions on behalf of the team or on behalf of the product owner, then that is not Agile. That is not Scrum. See, and this has been a challenge in the industry since the Agile came into existence. The interpretation of agile practices, agile ways of working was done so differently by different people and organizations. Um, and so many hybrid ways of working came into picture. It is very difficult uh, to say that I am following 100% agile. But if you wish to do that, then these are the guidelines. This is what the agile says. Right? So maybe if this is asked in the interview, it's just one of the trick questions, nothing more than that. Good. Great. Any more questions? Okay. Okay. I don't see any more questions coming in. So maybe if I can make a last note, then I would say it is all about the servant leadership. You will have to put your skin into the game and still be able to stay away from any decision making. If you can do that, Scrum Master and all that career paths are yours. Okay, great. Rashmi, I don't see
Yes.
any questions, so probably.
Yes. Anyone if have the question, then they can just unmute and ask to the Mahesh sir.
Okay. Thanks, everyone. I think no more questions. So I really appreciate you people taking the time out and joining this webinar. Thank you so much.
Uh, yes. By the way, thank you so much. Thanks everyone to joining us today, and thank you so much, Mahesh, is giving the so much fruitful knowledge to the all our participants. And I hope everyone got the questions, answers, the answers. And if anyone has any questions, so just let's connect with us directly. We will just will give the solutions to you guys. Okay, and thank you so much. Thanks to everyone for joining us today. Thanks a lot. We can end up with this.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Bye.